right, everybody, let's get started here. My son's behind me. He's glaring at me because he's trying to watch Ryan's World here on TV. All right. Graph a line with a slope of 3/4 that contains the point 2 comma -3. So we're working on graphing when you're provided a point and you're provided a slope. I would anticipate this would be a pretty easy tutorial here. And if you're having significant issues with this, please do let me know, because I think there's some other things prior to this that maybe we could work on that will help you out with just coordinates. Assuming you already have a somewhat decent understanding of what slope is also. That's the other part that I want to make sure we're good with first. In order to do this, you first need to plot your point. All right, so it contains the point 2, -3. Just keep in mind that these things can sometimes slip your mind, but X comes first, Y comes second, right? Just like the alphabet, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, right? So our X value is 2 and our Y value is -3. So you can just click and drag the point to +2, -3. That point is plotted right here. Graph a line with a slope of 3/4. Keep in mind that our slope is always going to be change in Y over your change in X. So in this case, our change in Y is on top of that fraction. Our change in Y is 3. Our change in X is 4. Okay, so change in Y is on top. So from that point, we're going to go up 3, which is going to be up. You can't go vertical line, but it's going to be up 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's up 3. And then the 4, we're going to go right 4. As long as there's no negatives involved, then this is pretty easy. You're going to go up 3, you're going to go right 4. So then this is going to go over to here. And you'll find if you were to look at this, like if you were to analyze the slope is going up 3, right 4, which matches the rise over run, or the change in Y over change in X. So we end up with that line right there. And I'm going to go ahead and do 3 more problems for you. All right. So there's one. Let's hit next question. And let's clear off all my scratch work here. We're just doing change in Y over change in X and then some sort of starting point. So this one starts at 2, 3. So 2, 3. And it has a slope of -3/4. So we're going to go down 3. 1, 2, 3. That's on the x-axis. We're going to go right 4. The reason I'm going down is the slope. This is something that's super important. The negative sign indicates that your Y value is going down. Positive indicates that your Y value is going up. We always go from left to right when we're doing these things. We never, so the bottom part, the change in X, is always going to be adding. You're always going to be going in positive land. So we're going down 3, right 4. I suppose you could think of it as you're going up 3, left 4, which that does work, but we always go from left to right in math. So it makes more sense logically to go down 3, right 4. This is the point right here, or the line, I should say. Let's go ahead and do 2 more. I have to go ahead and get back to it. 4, -2, which is located right here. That's the point that they gave us. And the slope is -3. So if it's a whole number, an integer, treat it as -3 over 1. All right. So there is no denominator, but there technically is. It's just a denominator of 1. So this would be over. I lost my drawing tool here. -3 over 1. So from here, we go down 3 over 1. So this guy's going to have to come over here somewhere. Down 1, 2, 3 over 1. That looks to be correct. From the point 4, -2, I went down 3, right 1. And I'll go ahead and do one more here. There you go. From the point -2, 7, which is going to be -2, 7's right there, has a slope of 4. Now this is where it's going to get kind of difficult because, oh no, I go off the grid, right? Like I can't go up 4, right 1 like you've been telling me, Mr. Williams. This is messed up. Because, right, like this is 4 over 1, so our change in y is 4, and our change in x is 1. So it's up 4 over 1. However, sometimes this does happen in math on your graph, where from this point, I can't go up 4, right 1. It goes off the grid. So this is a case where you actually have to do, instead of going from left to right, you have to work backwards and think backwards in time. So what was the point over here somewhere? We're looking for the point previous to this, some point over here somewhere that was prior to this point right here. We're gonna have to work backwards. So instead of going up 4, left 1, we're gonna do everything in reverse. We're gonna go down 4. So down 1, 2, 3, 4, and left 1. Before I submit and check my answer, what I would then do is probably test it out. Forget about the point that was given to us up here. Let's just start from this point. I'm going up 1, 2, 3, 4, right 1. So that would be a slope of 4 over 1, which is 4. So I know that point's in the right spot. That does happen every now and then. Yeah, the thing I would compare it to is there are times when you may want to look backwards in time on a graph, like you look at the stock market and you want to look backwards. It does happen. Sometimes you look backwards at the trend from a working backwards perspective. But typically, more often than not, we're moving forward when we're looking at graphs. All right, guys, hopefully that helps. Let me know if you need help.